What is good, you absolute legends? As you can see, we got a hell of a day on our hands. Another rainy day. End of July, all through August has been like that. We had a state of emergency. The city of Toronto was actually flooded. My road was actually flooded out. The road into my prospecting camp was flooded out. But the waters receded enough. The creeks are still way too high to prospect. But yesterday, we managed to get out and prospect the clay because it's just like spring. It's like starting a whole new season with this flood. It's like spring flooding. Hopefully it moves some of that gold. We're going to see in a minute when we run the dirt through our sluice. So let's go back and see how I got that dirt. We're going to go back a couple days in time to that clay bed, and then we're going to come back, run that dirt through our sluice, and see if we got any gold. Let's start the show.
Well, you wake up at dawn with the pick in your hand, heading to the river, gonna search the land. Golden dreams in the morning light, chasing that shimmer feels so right. All things country, out in the wild, digging for treasure like a carefree child. Striking it rich or just getting by, in the heart of gold country, we always try.
Well, alright guys, here we are in a dried up stream bed, well, somewhat dried up stream bed. This is a man-made stream bed that farmers created to bring water into his pond when the creek overflows during a flood. Now normally this time of year the ground is all cracked and kind of looks like dry skin or something. Really weird looking, but you can tell it's very, very mucky. So we brought our sluice, we've got a couple of buckets. We're going to shovel around this clay. So you can see to my right, your left, hopefully you can make it out. You can see how the clay is very beige looking, right? There's not a whole lot of material, but if you look to my left, your right, you can see all the dark materials and all the cobbles that are built up on this inside bend. Now I don't know if you can make it out, but further way down there is an outside bend, and you can see where the cobbles built up there as well. So that kind of shows you how the water flows when this is flooding. Now, I brought my, like I said, my sluice. I've also brought my tiny shovel. So you may be asking, isn't that shovel awful small to be filling buckets? The answer is yes. But I'm going to show you a little bit of this terrain and what we're digging in and why sometimes a smaller shovel is better, which it is in this case. You may also be asking, shouldn't ATC be wearing rubber boots? The answer to that is also yes, and I just don't want to talk about it right now. Anyways, let's go collect some dirt. I'm going to walk you through the process of how I collect the clay, stir it up, get all the heavies to fall out of it, dump off all the lights and keep going, and then we sluice our material. And we're going to be bringing our sluice concentrates home to pan down at the panning station after we put it through a cleanup sluice. Let's get started. Okay, so here's a really good example of the kind of stuff we're up against. We do have some bedrock here, some decomposing stuff. And you can see from the look of these gravels, you can definitely tell this is a man-made stream bed. Stuff hasn't been rolled around in the river forever. It's kind of jagged looking, but since it's been made, lots of rounded stuff has come down here. A good example of that would be this. Look, this is a piece of ironstone. You can see that's very well rounded, and it's already starting to corrode. Lots of rust and ironization on there. Very cool. But you can see when I move that how yucky and mucky that clay is. And you've got this decomposing bedrock that's going to be holding that gold. So what we're going to do, let's get started digging. Then we're going to go to the separation part and then the sluicing part. I'm going to show you guys all three of those. Then I'm just going to turn the camera off and collect a lot more, because you're not getting a whole pile of gold out of just one bucket. So let's go ahead and get digging. Alright guys, so if you're an avid outdoorsman like me, you know everything doesn't always go your way. Sometimes you do stupid things like, I don't know, leave your boots a couple miles back in the truck, stuff like that. So today we can't get to the creek or into the creek to run the sluice and to get water for our buckets. So I managed to find this little pond. It's only about 8 inches deep, but it's going to work great as a recirculating sluice pond today. And I can't fill my buckets because I can't get down to the deeper part without soaking my feet. So I've actually rigged up my the bilge pump for my sluice. We're going to run that to fill our buckets because we need to have water in there to be able to stir it up with the power drill. And it's going to work fine as a recirculating sluice pond as well. So why not? Let's give her. Get some juice flowing. And there we go. Just like that, you got an 1100 GPH garden hose, and we can fill our clay. The next thing, we're going to take our power drill to it, then we're going to classify it. All right, so the first thing we need to do is get some water into this classifier pail. I can find there we go. We'll hook our battery up. And again, same thing as we did with the last one. This is going to come in really handy actually. We're going to get this pail filled up. Then I'll show you. Then we're going to whip this up with the power drill and transfer it over through our 1/4 inch classifier, and that's the material we're going to run through the sluice. So we're almost full here. Doesn't take long at 1100 gallons per hour. There we are. That's as full as that's going to get for now. Where did our drill go? There we go. Now we've got our power drill that's got the paint mixer head on it. We're going to get that right down in this mucky clay and stir everything up. And what that's going to do is liquefy the clay and allow all these heavies to drop out to the bottom, everything to be nice and loose so we can pour it quickly through our classifier before it starts to all ball up again. Now, I didn't bring any with me, but there's stuff you can buy called flocculant. You can buy it at a prospecting store, or it's also the stuff they use to clarify aquariums. A few drops of that in your water, or a generous amount in your water, really not even a few drops, probably a couple capfuls, and that'll keep your clay from balling up on you. We don't have any of that, so we're just going to make sure that we keep this well whipped up. Here we go. Alright, so now that we're loose, take our bucket, start transferring it to the classifier. You only want to do maybe 1/3 of a bucket at a time. There we go. And you can see all that clay material going in there. Beautiful. Now we're going to classify that, but while we're classifying it, since we got this nifty system set up, I'm going to put the water to it as well. You can see how mucky that water is and how the clay is all loosened up. That's awesome. All right, turn that water off. There's the stuff we classified out. We're going to keep going, do this bucket, then we're going to sluice out our concentrates. So let's see what we can do. Okay, so thing that didn't go right, number 227. I left my cell phone in the truck too. I said, I'm out in the woods, I don't want anyone to bother me. Who needs a cell phone? Well, guess what's on my cell phone? My leveling tool. So we've kind of done the best we can to get this thing set up. I think it looks like it's running really good. It's not 100% perfect, but it's more than good enough to catch gold. We've got our cons here. I'll see if I can give you guys a look at the material we'll be running. You see, that's really, really nice dark material. Very nice stuff, classified. You want to keep this, the reason I keep the water in there instead of pouring it out is so that because it's clay, it doesn't coagulate again. I can stir it up every once in a while. But we'll put a few nice scoops on here, a little bit at a time. Good enough for the girls I go with. Not too bad at all. Very pleased with that. We'll run this bucket. Now that you've seen the methodology, the way I do this, the procedure, if you will, we're going to dig up a whole bunch more buckets and put them through here. We're going to empty our sluice mat into the concentrates bucket. And we're going to bring that concentrates bucket home.
Sun's beating down, sweat in my eyes. Pickaxe in hand, I'm searching for the prize. Muddy boots trudging through the filth and grime. Ain't got much, but I'm running out of time. Back's near breaking, but my spirit's strong. The dreams of gold keep me pushing on. Water's running low, dust fills the air, but I ain't leaving till I find my share. Gold in the mud, I'm digging deep. Fortune's calling, won't let me sleep. Every nugget's worth the fight, chasing dreams in the dead of night. Neighbors left, said it's a fool's quest, but I'm stubborn, gotta be the best. Through the drought and the toil and pain, I'll keep digging come the wind or rain. Left said it's a fool's quest, but I'm stubborn, gotta be the best. Through the drought and the toil and pain, I'll keep digging come the wind or rain. Found a speck, it's a glimmering sign. Maybe soon I'll strike that line. With each swing, I'm closer to the goal. Heart full of hope, digging for that gold. Gold in the mud, I'm digging deep. Fortune's calling, won't let me sleep. Every nugget's worth the fight, chasing dreams in the dead of night. Gold in the mud, I'm digging deep. Fortune's calling, won't let me sleep. Every nugget's worth.
All right, gang, sun's starting to get below the tree line. We're going to pack out of here. Not to mention I sweated my bug spray off about 2 hours ago, and the mosquitoes are getting pretty bad. So we're going to head out. We're going to take, we've got maybe 2/3 of that 2-gallon pail in sluice concentrates. We're going to put them through the 10 mesh classifier, see if we get any nuggets or pickers, and then we're going to put them through the sluice back at home. We'll see you there after maybe 1 or 6 beverages. Catch you guys in a bit. All right, folks, so here we are. We got our little gutter sluice. This is from Martin Prospecting. You get these for around $100. They're not expensive. Got some really cheap V matting in it. They work really, really well. We're going to go ahead and add a ridiculous amount of dish soap, because that's just kind of what we do around here for fun. That dish soap acts as a surfactant, keeps your small gold from floating away. And here's our concentrates from the larger sluice. We're going to start running it through, and hopefully we're going to see some gold showing up in those ripples. All right, folks, here we are. We've shut the sluice down, and you can see, I'll start at the bottom. You can see lots of pyrite building up in that sluice. Quite a bit, actually. I found lots of pyrite in my area this year, but up top, and some of this is going to be hidden from that matting, but you can see plenty of nice fine gold, flaky gold, starting to build up in the sluice. We're going to take this out. I'm going to get it into a gold pan, and we're going to take it down to the panning station and pan it out. Alright, so this part of the process is super simple. All we have to do, we're going to slide out our V matting here. All right, so do have a gold pan here, and it's full of water. So what you do, just simply stand your V-matting up straight in that gold pan, and you're going to put it through that water. And as you do that, you flex it backwards. That's going to open up all these ripples and allow all the heavies and our gold to drop out into the pan. And we can take that down to our panning station. I'll throw you guys on the overhead cam, and we can have a look, see what our gold looks like. Let's head down there now. Okay, so we're downstairs at the panning station. Got my oil change pan here. Add a bit of jet dry. Make sure our small gold doesn't float away. One thing I wanted to show you guys, one of the best things about those gutter sluices, look how few cons that is. That's maybe a tablespoon at most full of cons. So if you know how to run those, you run it, I run mine at about 80%. They've got a valve on them. And you just let the water kind of peel your cons off the spoon. Does a really, really good job. I could dry this out and take the magnetics out of it, but it's not a whole lot of material, so we'll just pan through it. You can see there's a lot of pyrite in there. Yeah, it's chunky material. It moves pretty quick. Mind you, I say that we haven't gotten down to the gold yet, but so nice to finally get out. It was about 3 weeks I was locked out of prospecting with all that flooding. And we did see some gold in the sluice, and there we go. We're starting to get some really nice gold showing up. Definitely gold from my spot, though. So flaky. All right. Good stuff. All right, so here we are. We got our beautiful, shiny, and somewhat flaky gold. We're ready to do our weigh-in. We're sitting at 1.5 so far on the year. Our goal was 2 grams, and we got rained out of our spot. We were well on our way to 3, and all those floods came. But this is going to help us out. And just like that, 0.23 grams. Awesome. That's a very good total. One of my better totals of the year, actually. All right. Well, there you have it, folks. Nice day out. Honestly, would have rather been in the creek this time of year. Still haven't really hit our gravel bar yet, but at the same time, at least we were out there. We got ourselves some nice gold, and I can't wait to get back out. The water, like I said, is starting to recede. The best time to head out, the weather's starting to get cool anyways. That's the best time to head out digging. Can't wait to get there. Thanks, guys, for watching. Cheers, and we'll catch you on our next adventure. And hey, if you enjoyed this video, check out these absolute legends. And a huge thanks to our legendary channel members. Thanks so much, guys. All of our channel members get entries towards the Big Nugget Draw.